about complicated mother-daughter relationship. I'm not going to tell you that this book had so much of goodness and so much of this or that. None of them is like, oh my god, I love Aubrey, I love Nadia, I love Luke. I won't give out major spoilers, but I'll be probably telling few things I can't even imagine. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So just before recording this video, the phone tripod fell down with my phone and the angle might be slightly slanted. I'm not even sure. I don't have anything else to record right now. So of course forgive me. I am recording this video right after I recorded the video for Becoming. I just added some lip tint so that it appears a little different and tied up my hair. I know, but I have no other choice. I need to record it now so that I can edit it whenever I find time and post it. If I had postponed this recording to a different day, I would have become lazy and I would have never recorded it. So I'm recording it now. For those of you who are new here, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Gayatri and I post stuff on books, reading, writing, and blogs. So I am an aspiring author and also I read a lot of books. Not a lot. If you compare with Bookstagram or BookTube, I am nothing. I read only 17 books last year and this year so far I've completed around 11 books. So just see that. It's already been more than 6 months and 11 is my count. So don't compare me with the usual numbers. But yeah, you can tell that I love reading books. I do this video series which is called Book of the Month for 2024, where I read a book for 12 months. That is 12 books for 12 months of 12 different genre, and I aim to finish each book for that month within that month itself. But sadly, I couldn't keep up because you know the reason. If you don't know the reason, go watch my previous videos. I kind of delayed the books, but now I am back to form. Book of the month for July, as announced earlier, is The Mothers by Brit Bennett. I came to know about the book after an Instagram reel where they were suggesting books about complicated mother-daughter relationships, and as soon as I saw the list, I kind of saved the book names suggested in the Goodreads, and I remembered that I had to read something for July, and I thought of this book because it was available on Audible, and I listened to the book and I finished the book. And The Mothers is written by Brit Bennett, but there is another famous book written by Brit Bennett, and I only came to know about this after I almost finished the book. And then I was like, oh, I read the book out of nowhere by a well known author who already has a famous book, but I went for this book. I really like when BookTube or BookTok or Bookstagram works like this, bringing lesser known books to the attention. So not everybody keeps reading same stupid 20 books that Instagram or whatever it's getting recommended to everybody. Right? I don't want that to happen because as someone who's going to you know probably publish a book soon, I would hate if my book got ignored by everyone or if my book got very famous, as in book talk or booktube or bookstagram famous. Because if that is the case, there's going to be a hate that's going to come along with it, right? And I'm not saying that it's going to happen, I'm just telling a hypothetical situation. This is what happens when you rarely recommend certain books and when you keep on recommending certain books. I'm happy that I got recommended with this book. I'll tell you, this is a simple but absolutely good book. I'm not going to tell you that this book had so much of goodness and so much of this or that because this doesn't have that. This doesn't have that sort of vibe. This book is a simple story. Nothing is exaggerated in this book. It's not about a particular ending or particular beginning. It's not that. This book is just us reading about the lives of three people and how their lives is, getting intertwined and how their choices and how their personal thoughts and how everything is getting affected because of the society in which they live in. This book is set around the characters of Nadia, Luke, and Aubrey. I don't remember their last names except for Luke Sheppard, right? Yeah. So the very first impressive thing is all these characters are actually three-dimensional. They are not stupid xeroxes of some other famous character, or they're not oddly weird or whatever. They're just realistic character you can easily come across in your life. And I really like that. And they all had their own problems. They had, none of them is like, oh my god, I love Aubrey, I love Nadia, I love Luke, because none of them is like good on moral scale. Aubrey maybe a little, but the other two, I don't have much to say. And Nadia is like at the center of the story. She's sort of the main character, and you can, kind of feel mad at her for some things. Some things. I won't give out major spoilers, but I'll be probably telling few things which might be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, to skip the video, read it and come back. Please come back after reading the book. Yeah. From now on, I'll be telling some spoilers. The weirdest thing is, I love to hate love triangles. I love to hate love triangles. But hating this love triangle was morally correct because it's exploiting, it's demeaning to a friendship of sorts, and it's quite realistic. It's something that can actually happen, and that scares me. I can't even imagine. I hated the fact. The cheating, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Why did it have to happen? But again, it's something that actually happens in real life as well. Humans are complicated. Shit happens. One of the major themes throughout the book is abortion and the guilt and grief and everything that comes with the choice. So there can be so many things when one talks about abortion. It can come with the fact that a person, how it affects a person, especially the mother, how it affects the mother, how an abortion is physically and psychologically affecting a mother is something important. And there are people whose religious beliefs might also make this uh, a sensitive topic for them. And there are people who might have had past trauma or something, and there are people who might find this topic sensitive because of other reasons. Whatever the reason might be, abortion is a sensitive topic, and whatever your belief is or whatever your issue is, you can absolutely feel the reality check throughout the book. The choice of aborting one's child, the grief that doesn't come immediately but later, the wistful thinking, the thinking of what if, everything is in the book. And it comes from two different perspectives, both the mother and the father. I don't know if I can call him a father, but okay, both the biological mom and the biological dad, because they never got to be actual mother and father. We get two different perspectives of dealing with that particular loss and thinking about what if. And the irony of how people who claim to be religious, people who, you know, who want to tell you something is bad, but they will do it if they have a choice and if they want to make a choice, they will choose that without even thinking twice because they can. But they will look you straight in the eyes and tell you, like, you can't do that. As per our religion, you can't do that. I'm not blaming any particular religion because all religion is shit. No, taking that back. Everything when it comes to religion is shit. I don't know if you really understand. You will be able to see that religion is nothing but a patriarchal construct that keeps the society under its control, when God simply wants to liberate your soul. If you really want to be religious, be spiritual instead. If you like a particular God, be true to that God. Respect other gods. Otherwise, don't do shit. Because religion does nothing to you. It will help you in no way. Gods, the spirituality, the loyalty, the faith, those things will help you, not the religion. You can believe the God without believing in the religion, if you ask me. I'm doing so. I believe in gods and I devote myself to few gods. I worship them mostly, and I also participate in other gods' worship as well, in other religions as well. But I don't follow any particular religion from my heart, and I feel that it works for me. I hope that it works for other people so that they can see what big of a scam every religion is. Let's skip the controversial topic and get back to the book. Like I said, the book is centered around three characters. All three characters and also some other major characters, right? They all contrast each other in a way that it's so perfect. You have someone who's very bold, who aborted her own child, is best friends with a girl who doesn't even want to, do anything more than kiss before her marriage, who is guarding herself so much and saving herself for her marriage. They're both best friends. And there's this guy, there's Luke, who is the son of the pastor, but he sleeps around with girls, he masturbates, and he fantasizes girls. He even tried to get along with a married woman once. Like, it's weird. It picks up a mirror and shines upon the real world, saying that, look, you can be like this and have friends like this. You can be like this and have a child like this. Like, this is the reality. You don't have to be what your friends are, you don't have to be what your father was. Any of them is not good enough. Like, everybody is their own person and everybody contrasts each other, but still, everybody lives in the same world thinking they are right compared to the other person, and in some way thinking that I'm better than them. That is the reality of the world. Because Nadia thinks that. Nadia is like, why is she so happy to get married? Why is she like this? Why is she like that? She thinks that continuously. And then she also feels jealous. And Aubrey, right? She's happy that she's going to get married and she still feels jealous. Like the jealousy and the contrasting beliefs and actions everybody takes without even considering the consequences. Everything is a little too realistic, and that's what keeps the story going. It's just a simple story about three people's past and how it connects to the present day and what are the complications that are caused. Like I said, it doesn't move towards some certain ultimate ending or something. But again, this kind of contrasting nature in which the characters work, that's how the story is very much interesting up until the last chapter. One thing I really wanted to mention is how, as a society, especially a small community, right, how it functions, that needs to really, really change. Because recently I watched a Tamil movie in which there's this small community which is very happy at the very beginning of the film. But when one small thing happens to this girl, especially the girl who they have seen grow up from a child, they are the first ones to jump at the chance to judge her, to pull her down when they should be supporting her by standing behind her, telling she's just like our daughter, she needs to go front and fight her way through the life. Like, that doesn't happen. Similarly, in this book, there's a small community, right? They are constantly judging, looking for uh, things to talk about, especially since they're all too religious. They want to talk bad about young girls not being religious enough or something. Like, why do small communities always fuel judgment and jealousy and hatred? I've seen this so many times and I don't really understand. Maybe I should do proper research on this or something, but I don't understand. Why? What is the need? And of course, Nadia has to live through the fact that her mom killed herself. And the way she processes her grief, the internalized anger and pain, the avoiding she does to her dad, thinking that her parents never wanted her as their child. Like everything is just something that could be close to your heart if you're someone who's experienced something similar, or if you're someone who, just feels a little too sad at everything like me, because I felt that while reading. I kind of felt bad that Nadia thought her mom must have also wanted an abortion. She never wanted her as child or something like that. And to see her stay away from her home for so long and come back only to get mad at her dad for moving away her mom's pictures. Like everything is it's just raw in that. I only listened in the audiobook. I don't know how I would have felt if I read the book. Like I said, it's raw emotions. You should have some prior warning before reading the book, of course. I like the book. I remember people saying that it's not as good as the other famous book. Like I said, I don't even know the other famous book, but I really like this book. I liked how it's kept simple, but so much deep internalized emotions and themes have been explored throughout the book. The title itself, The Mothers, is so relevant because all the three important characters, Nadia has a mother who killed herself. Aubrey has a mother who was a reluctant narcissist parent who cared nothing about her daughter and who put Aubrey's life in danger and didn't even care about the problems Aubrey faced. And Luke has a mother who's also some sort of narcissist and also someone who thinks she's better than everyone else. She knows better or something. Like everybody has problematic mothers until you read the very last line. Like there is this line which makes you realize that you can always complain like why are the mothers like this, that and all that. At the end you also become some sort of person similar to that very person you complain about constantly. So that was a good thing, the way the title is The Mothers, and how every problem starts with the character's mothers and how it ends. And the central problem itself, Nadia choosing not to be a mom. I really like that, and I'm definitely going to read the other book written by Brit Bennett, of course. I'll just mention one thing before ending the video. I really liked how Nadia went for all. She went for college, she worked hard, she never stopped, she never looked back. Even at the end of the book, she, she could have been pulled back by the drama that was unfolding at her hometown. But she just went on to become who she always was, the individual who had the bright future in her, and she went on to become a lawyer. And I really liked that ending. Even though she was grieving, she had so much of internalized emotions, she never stopped. And that's something everybody should get inspiration from. I'll also mention one more thing. I read Becoming for April, The Hidden Pictures for May, The Henna was for June, and The Mothers for July. Notice anything common? All these books have female protagonists, strong female protagonists, complicated, sometimes problematic, sometimes person of color, sometimes or most times, and struggling, and so much things going on. And I didn't even realize it, not immediately after I chose the books for the months. I only realized it halfway through when I was reading The Mothers. And I was very happy that from April till now, I've read so much of stories based on women characters, and it was impressive. And I'm really happy to bring these suggestions to you, the lesser known books to you, especially the Henna Wars and, of course, The Mothers. Henna Wars might be a little known thanks to the amazing book it was, but again, I love to talk about books that are not pushed mostly by the book talk or booktube community because it makes me feel satisfied that I actually put an effort to find books that people show less love to. I'd be really happy if you explored these books as well because, like I said, all these four books I've been talking about recently all have strong female protagonists and they all have interesting stories for you to read. With that, I'll end this video, and of course, do like, share, and subscribe. for more content on books, writing, reading, and blogs. Bye with two stories.